Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. On behalf of the Lamasi Namahasha and the International Consciousness, founded by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta. A very warm welcome to you on this very cold, wintry evening. Thank you so much for being here with us. Yes, we're in July. It's cold, yet you are here spending the evening with us. Much, much appreciated. And I do believe that we have people that are here for the very first time. Could you just raise your hand? Let's give them a very warm welcome. So actually, we asked you all to raise your hand because we want you all to come forward and say a few words. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. A very warm welcome to y'all, and we look forward to y'all coming to our future programs as well. So indeed, a very, very special evening at our Namahasha. It is my absolute honor and privilege in introducing our speaker for today, an absolutely wonderful devotee and a very, very dear friend to me. So let us all welcome Her Grace Kasturi Manjari Kripa Devi Dasi. A huge round of applause to her. Mataji is a disciple of His Holiness Jayapataka Swami. She joined ISKCON in 1992 and took initiation in India. She serves at the new Jagannath Puri temple in Phoenix, cooking for Lord Jagannath. She has studied Shastra and has very recently successfully completed her Bhakti Vaibhav course. Mataji is married with 2 children, Kirtanya and Radia, and unbelievably, if you look at her, you won't believe this, but she is a grandmom as well. So indeed, yes, let's give her a round of applause to that and congratulations for that. Mataji's husband, her Prabhu, has also joined us this evening. So a very warm welcome to Upendra Gauranga Das. Let's give him a round of applause. Thank you so much once again for joining us. In the secular world, Mataji is a financial planner at a bank, and we are indeed very, very fortunate to have her with us this evening and absolutely looking forward to her class. So I hand over to Her Grace Kasturi Manjari Kripa Devi Dasi.
Hare Krishna, everyone. With that introduction, I'm so scared I might disappoint you. Please forgive me in advance. So I'd like to start by singing Jai Radha Madhava. Jai Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Chanabhalabha Jaya Girivada Hari Jaya Girivadadari Jaya Yasodanandana Rajajana Ranjana Yamunadina Manjari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Jnanatirmirandasya Gananjana Salakaya Chakshurumilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah Shri Chaitanya Manovistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadanti Swapadantikam Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostude Tapta Kanchana Gourangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sutta Devi Hari Prani Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So thank you everyone for braving the cold weather and coming through. I genuinely appreciate your association today. Thank you. So today we came to this program not because we have to. maybe Meera Mataji. But maybe it is to escape this material world. You know, work pressure, financial problems, we all want peace and harmony in our lives, am I right? And quite often we just want this reassurance that we are searching with like-minded people. And not only to find the peace, but to somehow get some spiritual enlightenment and upliftment. So this topic that I chose is so often spoken, but I hope I'll give a different perspective today, something to take away. So listen up, and later on you can tell me what really resonated with you. So the reason for this topic on devotee association is to make a difference in everyone's hearts. It has enhanced my life, and I hope it will help you too. So the verse that I chose is Srimad Bhagavatam 3:25-25. Satam prasangam mama virya samvido bhavanti hir karna rasayana kartaha tajoshanata swabhavarga varmani shradarati bhakti anukramisyati. So it says here, in the association of pure devotees, discussions, pastimes, and activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is very pleasing to the ear and the heart. By cultivating such knowledge, one gradually becomes advanced on the path of liberation, and thereafter he is freed, and his attraction becomes fixed. Then real devotion and devotional service begins. So what does the word satam mean? It means devotees, good-hearted devotees who have wonderful qualities. They're not your ordinary people. Prasanga means their association, in association of these devotees. Samvido, mam virda samvido, it means conversations or discussions, like we're doing today. And what about? It's about the Lord. Transcendental pastimes or activities. So in the association of devotees, there's always going to be a discussion about the Lord and his pastime and activities. And then what are they talking about? They're talking about when the devotees teach and enlighten each other, they're constantly glorifying the Lord. And as we are doing today, chanting his holy name, together, it's blissful. And these discussions, these kathas, they have stories about the Lord, transcendental pastimes. And what becomes of this? Because it's very pleasing to the ear and then to the heart. And so, the sound of these slokas, they have very deep meaning because they start to change something within us. So, there's in Srimad Bhagavatam, Lord Kapila says, he emphasizes the importance of associating with spiritually advanced and pure devotees of the Lord. Such association is essential in our Bhakti Yoga. Why? Because to learn from someone, we need mentorship, am I right? So, by cultivating knowledge, by reading scripture, by listening to classes, by hearing kirtan, slowly, surely, our hearts change, our mind, our consciousness change. So then real devotion starts. And at this point in time, what happens? It becomes very pleasing, it's spiritually uplifting, intellectually, purifies the mind, it's joyful to the heart. And they say here that association with devotees means association with the Lord. The best way to learn about Krishna is to associate with these devotees, already devoted to him. Devotees cannot help us to understand the teachings of Krishna, can help us to understand the teachings of Krishna, to develop our devotion to him, to overcome obstacles we may face on our spiritual journey. We all have different obstacles, but some of the other, together we can strengthen each other. So what am I saying here? Seek Krishna conscious persons, associate with like-minded people, engage in devotional service, and this will help one advance in our spiritual path, free from the material entanglement. His Holiness Bhakti Rasamrita Swami said, as we perform devotional service, all good qualities will automatically develop. So, sadhu sangha, sarva sastaroi, lobhavatsa sarva sangha, sarva siddhi hoy. We should associate with devotees, chant the holy name of the Lord, hear Srimad Bhagavatam, recite at Mathura and Vrindavan, worship the deity with faith and veneration. This is spoken by Lord Chaitanya. It's understood it's emphasized in Rasamrita Sindhu by one of the Goswamis, Rupa Goswami. So in Bhagavad Gita 10:9, Krishna, he says it, the thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. Their lives are fully devoted to my service, and they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing about me. So, before I even go there, in every walk of life, no one is completely happy. Am I right? I've never seen anyone that's happy every single day, every minute, every second. Always wanting more money, higher power, fame, and other material benefits. They are only having false perception of true happiness. And when we yearn for more material things, we end up being more materially entangled. And then we suffer from our own choices because we have the wrong desires. And irrespective of how much wealth and fame, none of us can keep it because we're all going to pass on. We cannot take it with us. We all have to let it go. We're going to suffer old age, disease, and death, and it's going to continue. Cycle, birth after death. And you see right now what's happening. There's wars, there's famine, there's disease. Countries are fighting over supremacy to lord it over material things, which is really not even theirs, it's Krishna's. So, and there's all the resources. I was listening to Keshava Swami mention that they are surplus food. Countries are not even giving it to those that are needy. They're dumping it. Why? To keep the economy at a high. So, good food getting wasted just for greed. And however, the association of devotees of the Lord can help us from our dangerous minds, which is polluted with the wrong consciousness. So we have to choose that, to continue in the path of ignorance by feeding the materialistic mind an unfavorable materialistic association this will cause us to suffer more. To open our eyes to the reality that we need the right association to stop our suffering. And Lord Chaitanya, as I said, Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Sastakai, Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi Hoy. Madhya Leela 22:54. And Lord Chaitanya, he says, simply by associating with pure devotee, one becomes wonderfully advanced in Krishna consciousness. Sadhu Sangha, or association with devotees, means always engaging in Krishna consciousness, chanting the holy name. That will eventually purify us. And if we take guidance from Vaishnavas, this path becomes so much more, manageable to take on. And only a devotee can surpass Maya's great influence. They say that the devotees are more merciful than the Lord. Imagine that. We can associate with Srila Prabhupada through his books. I mean, everyone should have one of this. This is your lifeline. This is like your life jacket. Because every word is not just to Archana. Every word is meant for each and every one of us. Krishna is talking to us directly. Arjuna is just posing the questions on behalf of us. Just remember. So Keshava Swami said another nice thing. I'm going to be quoting a few people because I have no knowledge, so I will give you what they have told. And I'm just a messenger. So qualities to adopt, His Holiness Keshava Swami says that when you meditate on the qualities of the Vaishnavas, then to some extent we absorb some of those qualities. How easy is that? Just focus and meditate and think about wonderful thoughts about somebody. That is a great soul. And immediately those qualities start rubbing off on us. Easy? But how many of us think better of others, or too quick to complain about others? We have to change. So what's the benefit of, they say a moment's association with a sadhu, one can attain perfection. What are the benefits of devotee association? It gives us opportunity to gain growth, gives us a supportive environment like this is to nurture our bhakti. We come here to get over a week of, we just get caught up in this material world and we feel drained. And here we get uplifted. And thanks to Mataji and Prabhu, we have this oasis in this world. So I'm very grateful to you. It also provides us valuable insights and experiences and realizations. It gives us a sense of community, a feeling of belonging. And that's exactly what we are doing right here and right now. So what are the activities of a devotee? As I showed you, they do book distribution, they do arti, they chanting the name. So, they constantly engaged in something, mindful about the Lord. And then even a moment with a pure devotee cannot be compared to even being transferred to the heavenly planets or even merging with Brahman effulgence in complete liberation. For living entities who are destined to give up their body and die, with pure devotees is the highest perfection. So, story time. So, we know that when you associate with a devotee, they're in a different wavelength, literally a different wavelength, because their energy is not being controlled by Maya anymore, material energy. It's controlled by spiritual. So we rather take shelter of a devotee because they are linked to the Lord. Where the pure devotee is, the Lord is there too. He's never far away from his devotee. So here we have a story about Raja, and I'm sure you must have heard of it before. A 5-year-old boy, a son of King Uttanapad. His mother was Suniti and Surichi. Surichi, however, was his favorite wife. And so, just to cut it short, that he was upset because when he went to sit on his father's lap, Surichi told him, no, you're not the rightful heir to the throne. You cannot sit on the king's lap. And to seek higher wealth than his father, greater wealth. So in a frustrated mood, he went to his mother Suniti. But she gave him the most valuable advice. She said, you need to leave home and focus your mind on the lotus feet of Krishna. He then left home immediately and soon he met Narada Muni. So, sadhu sangha, meeting a pure devotee of the Lord. Narada Muni first tested him to see, is he really determined to pray to the Lord, or is it just a mood swing and then he's going to go back home? He's not ready. He's a small boy. What does he know? He can't even speak properly, let alone pray to the Lord in that way. But then Narada Muni spoke to him for a bit and he understood. He's determined, and then he guided him. And even when he could receive the highest material wealth, instead, when after 6 months of praying and doing tapasya, the Lord appeared. And to have that opportunity for the Lord to appear is very rare opportunity. And the Lord asked him, Krishna asked him, Vishnu, what do you want? How can I help you? And at the initial part, he wanted wealth, he wanted material wealth, he wanted to prove a point with anger. And after all that prayer, the purification of the heart, his consciousness changed. And when his consciousness changed, the desire he initially had was no longer there. And what did he ask for? Only to have the association of devotees, only hearing Krishna Katha. And that is, such a beautiful thing, because for him, that was the highest perfection. So we all are searching for permanent happiness in temporary things. We are. What all this glitters, they're not real. Krishna is real. So a quick note about another story, Maharaj Parikshit. He sat on the banks, he was cursed to die in 7 days by the snake bird. But he took association with, that was Dhruva Maharaj. He took association with Sukadev Goswami. And Sukadev Goswami spoke to him and related Srimad Bhagavatam in that 7 days. Now you must remember, Maharaj Parikshit was in the womb of his mother, and he was targeted to be killed with a brahmastra. Yet Krishna protected it in his mother's womb. Now, wouldn't Krishna be able to protect him again when a snake bird is coming to curse him and kill him through a curse? He could have been killed. But this is all lessons through the pastimes to teach us how to surrender to the Lord, how to take shelter of a pure devotee hearing about the Lord. Because he was more fortunate than us. He knew 7 days he's going to die. Do we know our date? No. We know our birth date. We don't know our expiry date. So, the story shows us that, he took shelter, not just of Srimad Bhagavatam, hearing about the Lord, but of a devotee. And this guidance teaches us how important that danger is at every corner in this material world. We need to take shelter. And we also know from the story of Prahlad Maharaj, when his father was killed, Hiranyakashipu was killed by Nrsingadev, instead of wishing for something like asking for liberation to the Vaikuntha planets, instead he also asked for the privilege of the Lord's devotees, the association, such as Narada Muni. And Prahlad gave association from the students. Remember the school? He was in a demoniac family. But the funny thing is, just as the greatest demoniac natured person like Hiranyakashipu can be born, so too can the greatest devotee be born? And how good can overcome evil? So Krishna can show us, no matter how much boons you may get, if you want it separate from the Lord, you get nothing. All the wealth are like zeros because they don't have the one in front. They got no value. And then one is Krishna. So, think about this. If you had to take part in a tug of war, and your team, you have to choose, and your opponent is Maya, you want to have the strongest spiritually realized team on your side, isn't it? Because you can't fight that alone. So seek out the devotees that can befriend and help you to get stronger. So the importance here is to detach, to become attached to the Lord. And that is why we need the association of devotees. They say who you associate will determine our whole future and life. The word danti indicates that a devotee not only in Shravanam and Kirtanam, hearing and chanting, but also takes the messages into his heart and gradually develops one's devotion. Then those qualities start arising. You know, the thing is, we always say, oh, you fell into Maya, or the material world is full of effects. But we are in this material world, and it's always affecting us. Maya is affecting us. We need to fall into Krishna consciousness. That's how we need to fall into Krishna consciousness. We see the Lord not with our eyes. We see Him with hearing, our ears. When we listen to kirtan, when we listen to class, that transcendental vibration enters through the ear and cleanses into the region of the heart. And because it's covered like a stained glass for years and thousands of years, over lifetimes we've been passing through, we need to hear it as often as possible. Because as soon as that heart, our heart, region of our heart is cleansed, we want to make it like a lotus so the Lord can reside on it. And that's what we're doing. We're purifying it. You know, that part where it said sadhu sangha, lava. Lava means second. It takes a sixth of a second. That's how quick. Just a short space of time in sadhu sangha to help one to become purified. Yet when we bathe in the Ganges, it's a gradual process. And why is that? His Holiness Jayapataka Swami said, we get purified from sins very easily in the Ganges, but the mentality to again commit more sins doesn't change so fast. Gradually, by bathing in the Ganges, we become more and more attracted to Krishna, and we become less attached to material life. But it may take considerable time to fully have that effect. But if one has associated with a pure devotee, that change may happen even immediately. There are some devotees who met Srila Prabhupada and they had an immediate change of their ideas. So through this association, our lost connection, it's like a first aid to resuscitating a sleepy soul who is drowning in an ocean of misery in this material world. And my Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami, due to his ill health, being in the hospital several times, he has taken this as an opportunity to preach to others. And that is the mode of a pure devotee. He says that ICU is ISKCON care unit. So much compassion for the fallen souls. So I was thinking, we need Wi-Fi to connect to things. And the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is like a free Wi-Fi connection to Krishna, because it's Krishna himself. However, when we stop chanting and stop doing devotional service and lose the association of devotees, then that connection gets weaker and we can lose signal. And every day we need to charge our phones. We could have the best phone. But if we cannot charge it, what use is it to us? So similarly, we need to charge our minds daily by chanting the holy name of the Lord. And so that we can protect our mind, our mood, and our behavior to think and act in a better way, using everything for serving Krishna, yukta vairagya. And our daily sadhana must be consistent. The activities must be in line with pleasing the Lord, because it will feed our soul and lessen the effects that Maya will have on us. She will test us and will take our attachment to material life